Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I have a fun pop-up card. I don't think it's a new style. I received one recently and have had some fun playing with it. I haven't done a lot of them yet, but yeah, I think it's fun, and I am pulling in some stuff from the Turtley Cute Suite to make this card today. I met this set, just about exactly 1 year ago at Onstage, which is the annual Stampin' Up! Convention for demonstrators, and I leave tomorrow to go to this year's Onstage, and it's in Sydney, so I'll be flying up there tomorrow morning. So keep following my Facebook page to see the highlights that I put on there, and then there'll probably be a blog post on Monday about some of my stuff there. Maybe that'll go into Tuesday too, depends on how much stuff we learn and things I have to share. So let's get started making this card. Hello Gladys, thanks for joining me. Glad you found me after your clock change this past Sunday. Yeah, if you are joining me, please do say hello. I'd love to see who's here. Yeah, move my cheat sheet here where I can see my measurements. Okay, so we've got Granny Apple Green card base, and it's a Z fold or a Z fold card. So we're going to score it at 10.5. This one happens to already be scored at 10.5 and at 14. These are all in centimeters. And I will put these measurements on my next blog post with this finished card. And yeah, I will try to have the measurements in inches as well, especially if I can find one online that already shows that. Okay, so when we fold that in half and then back again, see from the top that makes a Z or a Z. I like to use my bone folder to get a nice crease on all the folds. And I will set that aside for the moment, and then we're going to make 3 strips. And what I have figured out is if we measure this at 17.5 by 10.5, and then I can cut it into 3. Oh, except the whole reason you wanted it to be a whole strip, a whole block, was so that you could do your scoring all at once. So again, not cutting, scoring at 10.5. Don't need to open that. By 14. There we go. And now we cut it into 3.5 centimeter strips. There we go. And again, we're going to get our Z fold this way. and I will show you how that is going to work. It's pretty cool. Except I have done this incorrectly. Sorry, just thinking here, what did I do incorrectly? And a half. Ten and a half. Okay, still figuring it out here. Sorry about that. 10 and a half. Ah, I see what it is. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this here. That's supposed to be 17 and a half. Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem. That was not cut to the right length. Okay. We're back. Sorry about that. That was what we call, the technical term is a brain fart. Okay, so we've got this one Z fold that way, and this one Z fold this way, and we're just going to line these up on here. But we're going to make it pretty with some designer series paper. So now it's time to cut those. Let's see. Hello, Mom. Wow, 78 at 7:15 p.m. Yeah, we're getting up to that. Oh, we're going to 82 today. And Paula's here. Severe thunderstorm watch in Michigan. It's that volatile weather time of year, I guess. Okay, so we're going to cut some designer series paper to go on this card. And so for this one, we are cutting two of them at 6 point. I have notes, but I didn't actually make this in advance. So 14.4, let's get that set. There we go, 14.4. And then this one needs to be 3 centimeters. We're gonna do it on this side. So you can't see because I got it off the screen there. When I've got a piece of paper that, and I'm cutting relatively small, I like to cut it on the right side because that puts the longer piece over here. If I'm over on this side, it's easier for it to go cattywampus. So that's a more stable cut. So that is going to go right on that. And I need a second one of those to go on the inside there. And I'm going to need some more of that, which I will grab in a minute. And then I need another one of those. At 14.4. You guys can't see that when it's up there, but that's okay. And then I need three 3x3 squares. Can you see that this is this little turtle shell pattern? So fun. And for the middle, I need a 6.5 by 14.4. That's going to go on there. You like the funky green? Yes. And let me grab another piece of the stripes. There's all kinds of funky turtles and patterns. I like this paper. I want it to go this way. That. 6.7 it says. So another 3. I have to tell you, people who are working in inches, I did a lot of work in inches in the last week for my stamp camp. We really should have gone metric in the 70s when they first talked about it. It is so much easier. I can't even tell you. Okay, I believe I have my pieces cut, especially if I bring in one of these for the back. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Okay, this is going to go on here. So I'm going to glue that down. I am so excited for going to Onstage. It just ticks all of my boxes. I've got travel, which I love. Staying in a hotel, which I like. Seeing friends. Celebrating accomplishments. doing crafting, and one of the things that does make me a little crazy when I do these things is that, you know, we're like, oh, let's go to dinner somewhere, and we don't, you know, you don't know the area so well. What do we want to eat? When do we want to go? So, compulsive planner that I am, I put together dinner groups for most nights and made reservations. And that just makes me happier and relaxed. I am going to go ahead and put my stamp on the back here because it's easier to do when this is able to be totally flat. So you may not realize I try to remember to stamp all of my cards with my hand stamp by Nancy Hetker, nancysniftynotes.com, copyright Stampin' Up stamp. So that's now done. I usually do it on here, but that's where our sentiment is going to go, or our writing panel, I should say. So there's that. And now we are going to add these strips. So we're going to put glue. Yeah, I've adopted the word compulsive planner. Because that's truthful in so many ways. Yeah, so we'll put a little glue there. This is actually, once you have the right measurements on things, a really easy way to make a card with a lot of impact. And I know I say a lot of things are really easy, but some things aren't. Some things take a lot of jiggling and niggling and what have you, but this one really does come together quite easily. And there are different ways you can decorate it. I like this one, clearly, or I wouldn't do it, right? But there we go. And now I'm just going to eyeball halfway and get it as straight as I can. So now you'll be able to see how this works. Boop. Look at that. And now that'll stand up like that. And now I just have to decorate the rest of it. So this one, mine came, I don't know if you remember, Gladys, but around the time, you remember that Stampin' Up did personalized stamps for a while, and around the time they introduced photopolymer, they gave you the option of buying customized stamps in photopolymer. So that's where I got mine. I'd really like a new one, and I'm going to have to source it from somewhere else because obviously Stampin' Up doesn't do that anymore. And then I just put it on a block with one of the Stampin' Up's, you know, copyright Stampin' Up, the Angel policy. Okay, so there are those. This one's lying flatter than the last one I made, which is good. It means I've done things really accurately, I think. Come here. I think this one actually could be a good fun fold to batch create. I don't know why. I guess because you could just cut a whole lot of the same thing. Come here. Okay, and now these three on here. You can mix and match this stuff up. You don't have to be quite as color blocked as I have, but again, I think it's a nice way to have a couple different patterns and movement and what have you, but without it being too overwhelming. So there are the panels all stuck on. And now to decorate it. And I actually have prepped in advance. I fussy cut these three musical turtles. Musical turtles. And I'm going to stick them on here with dimensionals, I believe. So these are, I'm late to the party on these party banner dies, but I did finally break down and invest in them. So I hope they're carrying over. Yeah, I haven't found, I will let you know if I find a good source for the photopolymer ones. Okay, I had this worked out in my head. That's not it. And Mom, I hope you can keep a secret because I think this is coming your way for Dad's birthday. Yeah, I think that's what I decided I wanted to do. Yeah. Okay. Let me do the stamping so I don't, if that messes up, I can work again. This is hooray. I know I had large dimensional somewhere. Oh, this one I have to watch out for. Maybe I need to go ahead and mount this before I know this red is a shocker, isn't it? But there's red in each of these. So I thought that would be fun. Okay. Oh, Nancy, that was not well done at all. Now you've got a smudge on it. Let's just keep going. There we go, all recovered. Sorry, I've gone quiet because I'm thinking. I can't think and talk at the same time. Yep. Just looking to see where I need dimensionals and where I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Apparently I'm going to wipe it onto the back of something here. There we go. Hooray! And then on the back, this says, I hope your birthday is totally awesome. So, you know, a good turtle pun, right? Got sets with sheep puns, turtle puns. So, what do you think? And I am going to leave it like that. I'm not going to put any any bling of any kind on there. I think it's got enough going on. It stands up like that. Hooray! Hope your birthday is totally awesome. So that is the card. Like I said, it'll be on my blog, which you can see here, nancysniftynotes.com. It'll be my next blog post. If you have any questions or comments or requests, or you would like me to be your demonstrator here in Australia, Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com, or go through nancysniftynotes.com. There are links to my Stampin' Up store. And yeah, I will be back same time, same place next week. Because I will be back from onstage, and I may have some things to share with you from onstage that I haven't shown on my blog. So don't miss it, and I will see you then. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.